Because some people will say a banana ain't a fruit or this ain't a fruit. They'll go, it's labeled as a fruit.
Right.
Who's doing the labeling? We have to take the labels off of everything and relabel. You can't label nature. I don't supposed to be able to go and buy no orange and no pack because it's from Florida or you starting to name it. I don't think about this. You got zinc. Zinc is one mineral or one vitamin, right?
Right.
It's just zinc, right or wrong. Me and you go same field and we bring dirt back. You put dirt in 5 bags, I put dirt in 5 bags. It's about it's the same dirt. We gotta sell it by what? Now the tricks gotta come in, the advertisement gotta come in. Oh, this bump dirt. Now in life you might have a good name, so they'll buy Bump's dirt.
Right.
I might not have a good name, so I can't sell as much dirt in you. This is nature's zinc, human zinc. This zinc is by Centrum. It's zinc. No matter which one you get, by FDA law, they have to have this much in this zinc, and it can't be nothing else. So they went to natural zinc. But when you think about this, ain't water water? What is Deer Park? What is Fuji? What is this? How are you going to take regular water, contaminate some, dirty some, leave some pure, then put it all out on markets and see who got the best water? It is going to come back that water is better because you purposely put dirty water out, but it all had to come from clean water. And you know what one thing people don't do with their water? And I guarantee it. And I'm a real joke. We're going to end on this joke. I'm going to bet my man Ty Bump forgets to do it. Water carries an electric current, right?
Right.
And it's constantly moving. That's how the electric current stays in it. When you go and grab water and it's been sitting still, I don't care if it's been in the freezer, in the store, it's been sitting still. No electric current is not going through it because it ain't flowing. Shake your water. Shake it. Let it get a little fizzy. Drink it just like that. That's electrolytes. You don't have to buy no extra thing and pour no electrolytes in it. Shake your water. It'll start fitting. You can do it in your head. What's going to do? It'll start fitting and regenerating. It has to be electrolytes in all water. That's what water is.
Gotcha.
It's got to be minerals in all water. We just ain't shaking it. You understand what I'm saying? And there's no such thing as Deer Park, this, that. Man, one day me and you Bump gonna go somewhere. You know how bad I wanna go to a running river and just go like this, like the natives did?
Right.
All the water is coming through the rocks. What's in rocks? Minerals. It's getting its riches pouring through pure nature. Pure nature. We didn't need civilization. God is the devil. To think God is good is the worst thing you can do. A man called God is the devil. We should not be worshiping a God. It started with the Pharisees. They took us away from the matriarch, the mother, the adoration, not even worship, because you and I didn't come down here to worship nothing. We came to explore and boldly go where no other man has ever been before, meaning in your mind. So conscious lifting is real. And that's what I believe some of these people are. Some of these people are Nefertiti. Some of these women are Isis. Some of us are gods, or Imhotep. Some of us are, whatever. And we thinking these Egyptian gods were so perfect. No, the homosexuality started in Egypt. They're homos. You're going to go to Egypt, not to a woman here, and find a man with eyeliner on, all thick like the football players wear, thick eyeliner. The Egyptians look like half men and half women. Look what they showed you on Stargate, Amun Ra. Didn't that look like a half man, half woman? The homosexuality came from them. Everything bad came from the Egyptians. And I'm not going to say every Egyptian was bad, because in every race, we have good and bad people. But the Egyptians were predominantly bad. They were trying to cheat death. And how the hell could you think the Egyptians were gods when in their writings they worshiped sun gods? They teach you that they worship the gods.
Right.
Whether these gods that they're worshiping have falcon heads on, bird heads on, you look in their writings, they're looking up to these gods. Now how the hell are they gods? They made themselves the power.
Right.
There's no such thing as God. Earth didn't come in, life didn't come in with you to worship a being called God. How could they when there was no letters? How could we have been saying God pre-civilization, pre-language? The thought was the Most High. the highest thing we see in the celestial sky. The natives would just say what? The Great Spirit. No introduction. I can take you back to life where there was no word called God. No, if you walked up, somebody flashed you back 3 times there, they said, I love God. They go, we speaking. It's going to sound like somebody said, to you. And you go, what the fuck you just say? Because there's no language. Right. They wouldn't know what God would be. You understand what I'm saying? And if that vibration was supposed to be in, we know automatically to something's higher. You know simplistically it's something higher than you. Right. Who gets to name it?
That's true.
Welcome to Soul Future, man. My nigga Bump, man. Thank you, man. See you getting a little tired.
No problem, bro.
I appreciate you, man. I always ask another intellect, y'all, and this is the intellect that I got in front of me. How did I do with those questions? Did I hit him in the head?
Yeah, you hit him in the head. You did good, man.
A lot of these dudes, they want to see me with Umar Johnson, right? Mm-hmm. Umar Johnson is a fraud. I'll destroy Umar Johnson. He's a statistic dude. You're going to say he could beat you, Apex? Yeah, and knowing school statistics or whatever agenda he came out behind his Jew to teach and promote. I don't know what these dudes know. So yes, in a battle, in a debate, if you sit any one of them guards in front of me, they're going to eat me up. You know how they're going to do it? The Quran said you're wrong because the Bible said, or you're wrong because this said. None of them are going to go inside their heads. I can't beat you if you master that book a little better than me. I'm only using my mind. Right. You know what I'm saying? So
common sense.
I'm only, there you go. I don't, some of the things I say, there's no reference for.
Right.
Because think of this, in the beginning, let's just simply, somebody had to teach somebody, right or wrong. What did they teach them from? Their mind. If you got here and you're first, let's just, hypothetically, right. All right, we just dropped 2 girls, 2 boys. All right, let's just play. Oh, shit. We got to look around now and have an experience. Everything that we record from these 4 people is going to go out into this world. It can't. No, we have to be the dictators of it. There was no books written. There was no dictionaries. There was no math. It came from here. That's what I'm trying to zap people back into. You're going to stay weak every time you pick up a book if it ain't of high, somebody you know is in that electronic energy. Right. Tesla. I don't have no time for religion, for right or wrong, or debate. How dare me get here and want to debate something that ain't mine, that I got from a frequency. That's all we're doing. You're going to break these not gods got here, got all this knowledge to get on the conscious nation. You're going to battle him over a book none of you wrote. You understand? So I'll destroy them at the beginning of the debate. Because I'll sit back and say, man, read to me. You're going to go all into what's stuffed in your head. And I don't care nothing about it. Because I'm going to put you to the test with all that you just said. Show me your construction. Show me what you built. Tesla is working on free energy. Such and such is working on such and such. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing with all this if you ain't behooving the people? But you're going to show me how much money you got out of this internet. You understand what I'm saying? They are the conscious nations, all of them, majority of them. Rizza Islam, he got kicked off for being so deep, yet he's back on. You understand? Mm-hmm. If you're on there with all these subscribers, I don't have those subscribers. You know why? Because I don't try to. Right. Because watch this. Didn't you read in any book you read in? Didn't all these books said, let's just go with God. God himself, Allah, whoever, himself. This is what I would tell all of them niggas. I would ask them all right there. Right or wrong, they have to tell the truth, according to your knowledge. Didn't God say no matter what we do, it ain't going to be 144,000 worthy to enter the kingdom of heaven? Is that not true?
It's true.
Why do you got 1 million followers? Wouldn't you be like 700 and something thousand people off?
Right.
It's only, so the small number, the brightest star in the sky is Polaris. I mean, the smallest star in the sky is Polaris, yet it's the brightest. The teacher could have been talking that day, all her head, had 80 students. 79 of them went out and said, I ain't listened to her. Only one called Malcolm said, I listened. That's all you need is the one. 12 disciples. A prophet was sent one at a time. to try to catch the people that's going to be in that little 144,000 frequency. I already am one of them. I know coming out, it ain't everybody. How would I have this information? Go get me 8 people, and only 8. And God come back, I got 1 million followers. He got to know that I'm what, 992,000 off. What are you teaching 1 million people for with only 144,000? You should be like, damn, I got 100,000. Maybe it's me that's supposed to gather 145,000. Damn, I got 140,000. Once you go over 144,000, that's for yourself. You going outside of your scripture. That's why I don't follow no scripture. Suppose that's bullshit. Right. I'm just speaking from a book. I can't prove no, I can tell you the book said it. But if you want to go on the cosmology and a telescope and a microscope, it don't take us to battle. You know what it can take? Know what it takes? Your observation and my observation, because we both looking at the same thing. Right. That's it. That's where everything comes from. You have to have looked in cosmology first to even write a book, to even know any kind of language. The languages come out of the zodiac. The languages come out of that wheel. How you think they got and there's no zodiac. It's just what they observed in the sky. And now to match that and to try, now, who was here long enough to go 24,000 years around? So we got to be doing it off of observation, man. Right. You understand what I'm saying? So all of these dudes, I mean, Bump, you knew me for years. I'll annihilate any of these dudes, mind to mind. Not from what their books, not from when they come in, yo, what's the stratosphere point of thing? I'm like, I don't know. Right. So now, then I turn to the audience. Had I answered that, would that have satisfied for y'all today? Or this knowledge I'm kicking now, answering these questions, would you get more out of how I'm answering these questions than me telling you, yo, you got a point cipher 1 that's kilometer by a ratio of the mathematics. Nigga, I just sat here and told you why you circle your 7 from cosmology. You understand what I'm saying? I just told you about the 7 planets you talk about that surround that one star called Polaris is your 7 chakras. Now when we teach you something about you, you raise your chakras to impress the Most High. They raise their chakras to impress their God, Ra. They want to shock Amen Ra, shock Ra. So they call it chakras. They're not chakras. Right. They're planetary seats, luminaries that's in your body. 7 of them. And they go around and they're near a solar plex, and you rise through them, and that's your ascension up. And it's like a Christ oil. Your semen, if you can learn to hold your semen, and when your nutsack is full, you don't ejaculate that. You know how 2 or 3 days later it just went back down? No, it rolls back up your spinal cord, which is the magnetic pole that you understand what I'm saying? Up into your pineal gland, which that's not even a name for it, it's a book name. When you get into cosmology, you're gonna be like, what happened to the word third eye? What happened to, no, third eye is the ripple, the drop, that first little dot, Polarian race, the master race. Second circle after 24,000 year thing would be the thing. But that first drop sees all, because they're the Polarian race. Everything comes out of that drop. That's the all-seeing eye. Get rid of pineal gland, that's in books, which was great to describe this. It's not nothing wrong. We needed examples. Right, but a person that needs an example is a dummy. You understand what I'm saying? We all are one, and we in the skies, right? There is no, I can't talk and say, let me drop something on you. You can't build on me. We're all of one solar mind. It's rhythmic. There's no one here to build on, because there's no one lower than the other person. No one has to be raised up in their vibration. Once you hit that, it signifies you have been raised up and you understand the truth. This is why the Egyptians wore it, because it just signified their third eye. It wasn't the real pineal gland inside your thing. Right. It's a symbol of them niggas was actually walking around with cosmic knowledge, with learning how to cheat that. They were gods on the greatest minds. Right. It wasn't those celestial beings, but they utilized their chemistry and and it was doing good. You can find the Egyptians. That's why we love them so much, because they teach us about them when they were good. They had went astray at the end. Isis turned demon, turned witch. Osiris himself has a picture of him laying down with he's ejaculating and the bird giving him head. This is an Egyptian culture. I can show you Egyptians tongue kissing. They don't want to show this part of Egypt when they went astray. You know what they did? The same thing the conscious nation do. Start beautiful. I could have did it.
Right.
When I started dropping shit, people was calling me, crying, asking me to name their babies. It's 4 babies out here named Apex. Because people that I've teached through the years love the name. They said, do you mind if I name my child Apex? I said, nah, that's what we do. We get out of the, I name myself. She calls me back. Well, where do I go? What state building? I said, listen. If you want to change your name, you feel your name, you talk to your close ones, and they say that fits you, then that's your name. That's what I'm telling you. You don't get out of thinking you need to sign. That's your contract. Your straw man needs all of that. The natural you don't need that.
Right.
He cannot govern you by a constitution when you're talking about natural you.
Right.
Once you say, I'm a black man, I'm an Indian, I'm a thing, he can govern you.
Right.
Once you got an ID, why do you think he said, let me see your ID? You know what he does that for? Because he want to know if he can police you or not. Once your ID has to have a signature. You're contracted. I can police you.
Yeah.
I can tell you to go. Why do you think he have trouble when he said, I ain't got to show you nothing? He can't do too much. He got to walk around, follow you. He can't do nothing. Once you show him that, he can make a call now. Because everything they do is a contract in America. They have to have your blood, your signature. And they ain't cutting you open no more. They just providing you with the red ink or the blue ink or the lead that they killed from your brother.
Right.
Killing a tree. You understand what I'm saying? When you piss in the grass, when you litter, you offend me. You understand? The Peter lady came up to me, and I was with my ex, Licia. She's not my ex, my soulmate, Licia, and she threw ink on my coat, because in one of my programs, I was telling Licia, I killed a lot of animals for this, of course, like 2000, I was just playing with her.
Right.
So the lady went to my next event and threw ink on my joint, or she tried, I moved her hand. So I had to break her down, because she's sitting in my joint with paper, a pen, right? A t-shirt on. I said, how you know that don't offend me? T-shirt is cotton. My people pick cotton. I said, how you know that's not offending me? You writing on paper. Where do paper come from? Trees. That's nature. That's my thing. And you worried about me wearing it. See, they're hypocrites. The same people will tell you, animal activist Peter, if they're writing on paper, if they got a cell phone in their hand, which takes 75 elements to make each iPhone, which they're going to third world countries, depleting them of their minerals, enslaving these people. You should be ashamed. You should be ashamed to have an iPhone on. Don't be ashamed to say, oh, you got this off the back of black people. Black people didn't build no motherfucking America. The Africans didn't physically build America. You know what that meant? If I get you in my economy and you're the consumer, you built America for me.
Right.
How is these dumb motherfuckers going to be brought over here, all cuffed up, all chinned up, not eating right, and you telling me he was going to be your builders? They didn't know your language. They knew masonry. They knew stone masonry. These illiterate people you tell us about, you was able to teach them stone masonry to the fact that they built columns and they knew how to use your instruments. No, you built it because you admitted it. You're a mason. You said you're a builder. But you're nothing but the son of the mother. You got it from the mother. Now let's look at the word mason. M-A-S-O-N.
My son.
My son. The first tent she built for you here. She's the builder. But you want to remove that where you come from. That's a tent. You want to remove that, your first builder and your first nurturer was the woman. Because now you got so much into brotherly love, you're homosexuals. And you pump that Egyptian vibration into Snoop Dogg, into all of these rappers to start a gay movement. Because I remember at once, me and my niggas was going to get sex. Then it's going to be somebody in there as you talking on the phone to a girl, boo-booing, and that's cool. But guess what that become? That became making a dude mad, telling you, come on, man, fuck that bitch, you brown-nosed her. 8 niggas in the room, you on the phone with a girl. They're telling you, forget her. Come back over here. What can they do for you over here?
Not a damn thing.
That's the vibration that's been put in. And then it went from, think about this. Think of all the old groups. Blue Magic, Delphonics, Ultramagnetic MCs, Treacherous 3. Then we begin to get naughty by nature. Then we begin to be lords of the underground. We were Fearless 4, Treacherous 3, Tribe Called Quest, Funky 4 plus one more, Grandmaster Flash, Grand Wizard Theodore, the Temptations, the Delphonics, Blue Magic. We sung about Bring Me My Woman. Have you seen her? Lenny Kravitz, oh, I love you. I'm crying on my hands and knees about a woman and had no shame of it because these are men. In come the Egyptians, conscious lifting. Snoop Dogg already lived, so he came back with a vibration. We don't love them hoes. Now bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. And then that vibration got into the younger generation who were raised by that girl me and you looked at when me and you was 25 and said, look at a little 15-year-old girl, she's pregnant. Well, guess what? That boy is 30 now doing drill music. Huh? Those kids are the drillers.
Right.
Because they was raised by nothing. By somebody who couldn't even raise themselves. They was raised by a mother who's still in her room in her mother's house. And now he's just in that room. We always like that. We got raised by dumbass parents. My grandmother couldn't even say the word million. She go, million. None of them been to school past the 6th grade. They'll tell you that. How did they get to be these wise mothers of the families, the big mamas? Wisdom. Because none of them got a school story.
Right. They learn off experience.
How they cooking like that? How they know medicines? It's better that way to get out of civilization mentally and hand back in anything you signed and claim that you're a natural person on the earth. And when I'm doing business with Alexis or your name, you let them know just that I'm doing business.
Right.
I'm renting an apartment here under this name. It's not me, it's my business name. That's why it's incorporated. Over here, I'm a natural person. Their constitution don't have nothing that can control a natural person. You understand what I'm saying?
They took 2 creeds out. Took the woman and took out the
There you go.
nationality.
Nationality, man.
Yeah.
So, yo, we on, that was, how long?
123.
Wow, that was a long time. We went an hour and 23 minutes, for real?
Yeah, you almost on your time.
Oh, I'm out, man. I'm out. Peace and blessings, Soul Future. Those are some questions I had to ask. Thank y'all for my man, Top Bump. This is probably going to be in 1 and 2 phases because it's 123. It'll probably stop at an hour. Then y'all got to pick the other 24 minutes up. This is a true Soul Futurian. This is just small collection of his books. This is my man, Top Bump. We've been building over 30 years. He's younger than me, but I'll tell y'all now, he's always been wise. He's always been the ultra-magnetic thinker. He always had it. And it always comes when somebody, me and him have a lot of similarities, man. We are here on this earth with and without our mothers, you know, and we can both tell y'all about how we felt when we lost our mothers. And that's what made me tune into more of the mother, because I felt like a complete piece of shit, nothing. And I had to think, all because the woman wasn't here no more. You understand? I didn't have no energy for nothing. I didn't want nothing because of the mother. And I'm going to be honest, when my father passed, I felt bad. But I didn't feel that way. I'm just being real. It's something about the mother.
Because they just first teachers.
They're the first teacher, man. And me and Top Bump, man, we're going to visit. We're going to be back with our mothers. All this is a reach just to consciously, I just want my mother. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just be real. So if that's going to make this big Apex Polaris, I don't teach that I'm no God. I went from Apex God body to Apex Solar One to Apex Polaris. That was my transformation. And yes, I thought I was God. But God is the worst thing you want to be. God is not, the God of the Bible is not who you think it is. All right? Apex Solar One, question and answers. Peace to my man, Ty Buck.
Peace.